Well, the first thing I like to do when I set up a campsite and ready to put the tent down is I actually rake over the soil. It gets away anything that could be like snakes or scorpions or anything like that that might give you a sting in the night. It gives you a look at what you're putting your tent on. So here's a pretty bare spot, but I'm just taking off any rocks, bits of wire, anything that might sort of punch a hole in your tent, any bits of glass, because this is a spot where other people have camped before, and there, bit of glass. You get something like that go through your tent in the middle of the night, you're not going to be very happy. So some there for now, and takes any sort of knobs of dirt off, makes them a bit less sharp. So yeah, good old garden rake's not bad to bring along if you can spare the room. Okay, now this tent, I bought this with all the extras just about. One comes with a ground sheet. This is the Turbo 240's ground sheet, and I highly recommend it because it just gives you your tent that bit of extra protection. Also, it gives you a bit of an idea of how big your tent is, because I almost don't have enough room for this one in this spot. But it's of course it goes out the edges a little way, but you've got quite a big area to cover with this size tent. So you want to make sure that before you unroll that tent, because it is 30 kilograms, and if you unroll it in the wrong spot, pointing the wrong direction, all that sort of thing, it's quite difficult if you're on your own to spin it around. So, yes, someone's left some stuff on here from the last camp. So I don't need many pegs for this, about 6, I'll just grab my hammer. You never know when there's going to be a whirlwind go through your campsite. And whirlwind is they're quite powerful, only last a few seconds, but they can take a tent away in that time. It's a real pain. I think I'm facing this the wrong way. Just in case you haven't put tent pegs in before, always put them in on the angle that's facing away from your structure, your tent. So the tent's over there, you angle it that way, so the top of the peg points that way, the tent is on this side. Also get a bit of tension on your tent or your floor mat, whatever you're pegging in. Otherwise you'll end up with a big loose flappy thing and it's not as strong. Right, now for the tent. This tent is a beast. I'll just put it down back to front, but very heavy duty. I'm yet to sleep in a tent that's better, but it is really heavy because it's so heavy, such a heavy duty tent. The fabrics are thick and stitching, double stitching everywhere, and big thick base on it. It all adds up to a tent that's quite heavy, but it all adds to comfort at the end of the day. And if you can afford to be more comfortable, I prefer that. But if you want to travel light, you would definitely have a different setup than this one. Okay, I think I finally got it the right way around. I don't set it up that often, of course. Well, because this is a pop-up tent, you just got to get the poles hammered into the right spot, and then click up the poles there. They sort of lock into position, and you just got to get inside and literally pop it up. And of course, this is the best bit. The fun bit, that is the good selling point for it. Just like that. So next we've got to put in this little support up the back here, because it's turbo 240 plus, so it's got a little bit of extra room up here in the back. Right, put those clips on, stand that up. You just anchor it next to the where the tent pole goes down into the ground over there, and that's pretty strong now. Once we get the fly on, not going to move. Now, because you can never tell which way a fly goes on, I've written on here a little F for front, so I know where that goes. Now, under a lot of tents these days, where they have these guy ropes, these ones are stored in it, but some of them you tie them on. Underneath that spot is a Velcro setup there that goes around the tent pole, so when the wind blows, it grabs onto the tent pole, back to the guy rope, and strengthens the whole structure. If you don't put that on, it's a lot weaker, I suppose you could say. So to do the side guy ropes, they're really nicely packed away here, folded up so you don't end up with a tangle. You just take them out and they cross over, so you don't end up with ropes out here with this setup. You end up with them just here. And I've already got them set for where they should be, the right length. And when the wind blows, the pressure goes down here, so the tent is strong that way and that way. And it's really, really handy. You'll not be tripping on guy ropes in the middle of the night when you've got a full bladder. So you can tighten those up a bit if you want, if it gets a bit loose. Sometimes when it gets windy they'll loosen off a bit. You just come out and give them a re-tighten like that. It'll strengthen your whole tent again. So it's effectively done. So I'm just going to come around and jump in and check it out. So it says the 240 plus, not the 240. It has a back section. It's supposed to be a 6-man tent, this one, and I think you would actually fit 6 people in here at a squeeze. And yeah, but I can stand up fully in here. I'm 6'4", so it's comfy for me. So yeah, I'd say it's fantastic. And I forgot a brush last time I was in the tent. I got all this sand in here from when I took it to the beach. But that's not too much of a hassle. Yeah, that's good. It's going to be a good trip. So when it gets windy, you can pull this down all the way down to there, pull that tighter there, so you got less, basically less of a sail, and you can sort of relax a bit if a strong wind comes through. But that's basically it in a nutshell. So to me the tent looks great, it's a good colour, it's very durable. It's quite waterproof, and it's going to last your lifetime if you look after it. No big branches go through it or anything like that. And yeah, make sure you get your floor mat, that'll make it last longer. And yeah, that's about it. Everything's what I'd want in a tent on it. So yeah, be sure to check out my next video on how to light a campfire, which I'll be doing just over there. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode.